guys, it's Hoofbeats or Heartbeats here, and this is gonna be my intro video, and this account or channel, I guess, is based off of my Instagram account, Hoofbeats underscore R underscore Heartbeats, um, and this is just gonna be like my YouTube account for longer videos. I'll probably eventually start doing some more like tack hauls, just horse talks and stuff like that, and I guess in this video I can talk about myself a little bit. So, um, I started my Instagram account a while ago, and I just kind of did it because I really like my horses, and a lot of people like inspired me with what they did on YouTube with it, or YouTube, Instagram, and it looked really cool. So I figured it'd be cool to try it myself, and I really like taking pictures and photography and stuff. So I thought it'd be fun, and so far so good. It is fun, and So I guess a bit of background about my horses. I own two horses, and I am working slash training another one for somebody else. And I am my first horse that I got. Her name is Delight. She is now 18 years old, and I've had her since she was about 13. And I've been like I showed her for the first 2 years. I did I jumped. I did all the hunter stuff, like hunt under saddle, hunt seat deck, that kind of thing. And then we did Western Pleasure, like they're POAs, so they're all around ponies. So we do timed events, all kinds of fun stuff. And so I showed her for I want to say actually 4 years, maybe 4 years. I showed her for 4 years, and then my parents bought me a 2-year-old POA, and her name is Bling. And Delight wasn't very good. It wasn't a very good show horse because she wasn't really like taught to show when I bought her, so she wasn't really a show horse. And um, and then I actually rode for probably about 4 or 5 years before I bought my horse, before I bought Delight, and then I bought Bling, and Bling turned into my little show horse, and I turned Delight into my timed event pony. So Delight is a POA, half quarter horse. So she's over height for a POA, but she has a permanent height card, and she's pretty quick actually for her age. She's pretty with it. And Bling is a major people pleaser. She's a really good all around. Her grandmother is actually at our barn. Her grandmother and her dad are at our barn, and her grandmother has been number one all around in the nation for the past 6 years. She won it this year too, and so she has really good potential. Obviously, she Bling is 5 now, so I've had her for a while, and nobody really expected her to be a good show horse. So I was kind of an underdog when I bought her, and then I just really worked really hard with her, and she had so much determination, and she tried so hard for me, and it paid off. Like she did really good. We show 4-H as well, so she does really good in that. So does good about against POAs and other breeds like quarter horse and paints and appies and stuff. She does really good against those breeds too, and so she's my baby. I couldn't ever sell my horses just because they're my life, and so Bling, I guess Bling's the baby, and then there's Aggravation. I actually started working with her last summer. I don't have a lot of time for her now, so it's kind of sad, but um, Aggie is a quarter horse, and I think she's 7 now. She was 6 when I started working with her, and she her whole backstory is the owner of Aggie, his dad actually owned her before, and he put a whole bunch of money into her um in the cutting industry, and she was a really good cutting horse up until she was 6, and his dad broke his hip, so he couldn't ride her anymore, and she was just pasture furniture for 2 years. And then his dad sadly died, and so he went and picked up the horse. The horse got was like through the will to him, and he got the horse. And the horse, when she first got there, oh my gosh, she was terrified of everything. Like she was terrified of people. Like she lives in this run where it's like long. Well, it's not like super long, but I mean it's probably like 20 feet long, maybe. And um, I'm really bad judgment of distance, so I guess don't listen to me. But it's long enough for her to be able to pace back and forth. And when I first went in there to work with her, I didn't know what I was gonna be getting into, but I figured, hey, she's a cutting horse. She shouldn't be like that bad. She just should be just a little out of shape. 2 years, a little more than a little bit out of shape. And she turned into a I was like, I don't know what horse I'm working with here because she like I opened her gate and she was running away from me. Like I had to close the gate and she was literally it was like I was lunging her in her pen. Like she did not want to have anything to do with me. And so the first like month before I rode her, I was just joining up with her constantly, working with her on the ground, getting her to trust me. And once I got on her, she still was like, "Holy crap! Like, what are you doing on my back?" And she was so tense, like I couldn't give her to give me her face, like just bend her head around. I couldn't get her to do that for me without skitzing around and freaking out. And it was really sad because the first like week or two that I rode her, I did nothing but walk around the round pen because she was so tense. And I just needed to show her that I wasn't going to hurt her and all this stuff. But now she's a lot better. He wanted me to get her working on the barrels lately, actually, because she's supposed to have a pretty big kick. And she's a pretty big quarter horse, so I would understand. And she's like packing muscle. She's a beautiful sorrel quarter horse. She's just gorgeous. But so she's very, you know, she's a good horse too. And yeah, that's about it. It's the whole background thing. And like I said, this channel is gonna be like extension of videos. I'll just do like normal, like maybe tack hauls, talk about horses, that kind of stuff. Horse pet peeves is always my favorite thing to talk about. I love ranting, so if you don't like listening to rants, don't watch my rant videos, and those are probably gonna be the most you're gonna see. But anyway, I guess everybody have a good day, and I guess I will talk to you later. See ya. Bye.